Okay, here you go. 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins now.
I put this over my face. I wear it at Halloween time.
Math.
Yes.
Math.
Yes. Orange. Ooh, it's so juicy in my mouth. Ooh, I've got this juicy orange fruit in my mouth. It's not
Tangerine.
You got
Oh,
it.
jeez.
Oh. Me and you just got married, baby. What's a term? A nickname?
Hitched. Got hitched.
No, keep going. I'm gonna hang myself.
Pass.
Pass, Denny's. Party on! Excellent! Party on! Oh my gosh.
Bill and Ted.
No! The other
Bill
one!
and Ted.
I am... boo!
Wayne's World.
Yes.
Hey, you got it.
And you're done? All right, there you go. He's not even going to worry about it.
Woo!
Okay.
The belt comes home!
Yeah.
The belt comes home,
Lucky
baby!
number 7.
Nice work there, Sean.
Broadcasting from the offleaseonly.com studios. Offleaseonly.com. Open daily 10 to 8. Now offering free local delivery and no payments for 90 days. Save thousands. Offleaseonly.com. This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and he'll have to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Hello and good morning. Welcome to the KVJ show. Hopefully everybody is good from your weekends. Crazy stuff. Just driving in here today, right around where our radio station is. They had storms going through here yesterday, Virginia.
I see that. There's a whole entire palm tree uprooted and just laying flat out there in the yard.
I texted Kevin and I said, Kevin, I swear to you, I think I just went through a tornado. Me and Denny think it was a tornado. When it got done, this one woman comes out of her house going, I think we just had a tornado. And then I walked out on the side of my street. I mean, we had more damage with this thing than any hurricane we've ever had, at least in my area. We've had a few, come through.
Yeah, maybe you had a teenade.
Yeah, I don't know. I know the wind damage is crazy. I mean, we were kind of watching it, just blowing around outside. I'm like, well, this is at least tropical storm type winds that we had. And yeah, in our area, I saw on social media, there were some photos of some trees that were knocked over. The testing site they had, the ballpark of the Palm Beaches, they're on a 2-hour delay today because it got ripped up. It was throwing those tents all over the place.
Well, I went outside and I see all these people gathering around, like kind of like a movie, like something's landed or something. And as I'm out there, I see these two kids start to duck, and then these explosions start to happen. I guess the transformers blew.
Yeah, probably.
But it sounded like 3 bombs went off.
Oh, my.
Denny's was saying the power was off like 6 hours for him, something like that yesterday. I know ours flickered on and off and came back, but yeah, it was crazy what was going on. And just driving in, I've driven in right after we've had hurricanes and stuff like that, and it looked the same. I mean, there's just branches all over the place. And what's crazy about that is because there are more joggers out these days, I guess, trying to get their exercise, but there are branches down on the sidewalks. So all the walkers and joggers are running down the middle of the road.
Oh,
and so I'm driving in trying to dodge branches that are still in the road and joggers that have just taken over the roads because they're like, we're going to jog somewhere. So it was chaos. And then there was just out of nowhere, there was an abandoned car in the middle of the road. I'm like, it looked like it was some kind of like World War Z type of
It was weird
atmosphere this morning.
Well, the other thing, too, when I was in my house, it felt and sounded like there was a train going through. And I've heard that's what it sounds like when a tornado happens. So do these surprise... I mean, is there a record? Is there a way to say if there was a tornado or not? Does that happen where a tornado might land down and they don't know it?
I don't know. We have the weaker ones here in Florida. We don't have what they do in the Midwest. Those big daddies. So it's possible it could have been a little bit of a funnel. But, I mean, I saw the winds, and I don't know. I mean, it looked crazy. It knock stuff over, and we've got, even in my front yard, there's some trees that are thrown around.
Well, are there tornadoes that touch down that the weather people don't ever know about?
Sure, yeah.
Or do they pretty much have an accurate account of every tornado that hits?
Yeah, because we get little weak ones. I think they can see cells and see where it's right, but I don't know that answer. So I don't know if we have one or not. It is possible that, because we get little wispy ones, it'll kind of come down and, tweak for a little bit and then gone. So at least strong winds is what we had. I don't know if anybody saw a tornado in our area. If you did, you can let us know.
Oh, I'm going on one of my neighbors. I think it was a tornado.
Yeah, well.
You should have videoed her.
I videotaped.
She sounds like every woman coming out of her house right after the tornado. I think it was a tornado.
I mean, she didn't have a southern accent. I'm not
I
sure.
see her. She's wearing a moo-moo.
Yeah.
She's holding a small dog.
I'm not sure why I made her southern, but in my head, that's what I heard.
Southern people in tornadoes, they always have an interaction
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
Well,
I know you don't live in a trailer park, but in my head, you do.
I get it. I totally get it. And the fire truck, I mean, the explosion happened, and the fire truck was there within 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, they were on it.
Yeah, Douglas said you can go on and check the report to see if there were any tornadoes that had touched down. So apparently they do. They can tell and they can document them.
I think I might have lived through a twister, Virginia.
Yeah.
Thank goodness you're here to tell a story.
I know. What a tale it was.
What did Chewy do?
Well, our power went out, so I had to go down there and lay with him the entire time because he was all having a panic attack. So I'm holding him.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories because up on our KVJ Show Facebook page, we had some photos of what it had done with the branches falling, getting snapped and twisted and all that stuff. Some people were putting their comments about what they went through. Uno.ocho said, I had to drive through 441 State Road 7 and watch idiots run through traffic lights that were down because of the storm. Some idiot in a silver BMW almost crashed into an ambulance. I honked my horn. I didn't know if I stopped him from hitting it or he finally got his head out of his tuchus. Yeah, so other people a little bit north where Virginia is didn't get as much. Lasted about 10 minutes in Jupiter. That's what Don said.
Yeah, I didn't have anything like what you guys have here. There's all kinds of tree branches down, and there's none of that in Tequesta.
Look, I'm native South Florida. We've been through some hurricanes. I'm telling you, there was more damage with this storm, at least that I've ever seen. I know, don't compare a hurricane.
That's happened before, though. I've had that before where we've had just a storm rip through that causes more damage than some of the storms that we prepare for and get all spazzed out about.
Well, I feel like it kind of hit us out of the blue, too. I was outside. It was kind of like Wizard of Oz. I'm like, all right, Chewie, come on. Let's go down.
Did y'all get any warnings on your phone? Because remember last weekend when that center of circulation was noticed near Tequesta, my phone started blowing up saying
Nothing.
tornado warning.
Not a single warning, nothing on the TV, nothing on the phone.
Dang.
I mean, we get warnings for everything.
Yeah.
When we actually needed it.
Did they not know?
It's crazy. Yeah, I have no idea if they were not expecting this storm, if it came out of nowhere. The only alert we got was that our ribs were done at Flanagan's, and that didn't do a lot for the storm.
Yeah, it honestly felt like it was only in an isolated area and nobody saw it coming, and it was pretty awful.
I don't know. I heard from people in gardens that had like hail.
We had hail.
Yeah, Brianna had posted a photo, either their ice cubes from her machine or their hail that she got. She posted that on our Facebook page. Nicole posted a photo of our neighbor's patio roof ripped off. A dime-sized hail here in Jupiter from Brooke. She posted that up.
Yeah, man, it was wicked.
They either went to their ice machine or they had hail. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't really know what happened on that. Photo of a tree that's completely engulfing a townhouse. Melissa posted that photo up.
Yeah, so then I went to go check stuff out, and I'm walking underneath this power line, not even realizing. And the other woman walks out. That was on fire a couple minutes ago. Be careful. Go, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
It was a lot of action.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of action.
Well, for people who've been quarantined, too, this is highly exciting.
Well, then I go outside in the main little road that I live on. There's like 60 people all out there. What the hell happened? I don't know why. I don't know why I'm making them southern.
They're all country.
Yes.
Laura said, yeah, our patio roof flew off over our roof and landed in front of our house. Crazy story. Here's a tree that just snapped in half. Shawnee posted that in their neighborhood, and it crashed down on a car.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Then I felt stupid because this one woman comes out and I start talking to her. I'm like, do you think that was a tornado? And she's like, I think it was a tornado. And then her dog escapes from her courtyard and I scream and go, ah! And it just starts to lick me. I felt so embarrassed.
Sorry about my friend.
I know.
He's a giant girl.
I mean, I screamed like a child.
Photo of a big old tree that fell on across 3 cars. That's Maury that posted that one.
That's terrible.
Taya, she said, hail over here in Riviera Beach. It looked like snow. There was so much hail that, it looked like they had a covering of snow.
So is that one of those storms that the weather people just didn't see? That they were like, oh, crap, teenage!
Came out of nowhere. Yeah.
I mean, does that happen?
I think a lot of times they don't know necessarily the severity. Sometimes they do in advance, but did they know? I didn't hear anybody talking about, hey, we're going to get a really wicked thunderstorm.
I need to hear some Weagle words yesterday.
Did it come from the west or did it come from the north? Like, where'd it come from? The people that had it before us couldn't send a heads up?
It honestly felt like it came from the ground.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the winds were, because some people are like going, this looks like damage from typically a Category 3. I don't know about a Category 3, but at least I would equate it to at least a Category 1. I've seen those, and that looked like equal damage.
We had the biggest trees in our neighborhood were uprooted, blocking traffic.
Crazy.
Yeah, somebody's canopy twisted, torn. Yeah, it looks like it was, possibly tornadoes that were doing some of this damage.
It shocked everyone so much it turned my entire neighborhood southern.
Yeah.
And 2, I mean, if nobody knew it was coming, nobody brought in their canopies and their stuff. So you didn't know to prepare for this.
No, I'm pretty sure my bike hit my window. That's why it sounded like complete madness.
Oh, my.
Mm-hmm. Luis posted a photo of a plane that was flipped upside down. I don't know, like a small little, one of those type of...
Toy plane?
Yeah, toy, yeah. They took the photo out of, there's some amazing photos. Just go to our Facebook page and see all the pictures of the hail and things twisted and torn. And
well, I wasn't sure if you thought I was crazy when I texted you because I'm like, Kevin, I think I just went through a tornado.
Yeah.
You can still be crazy and have gone through a tornado. And Kevin probably was thinking that.
Yeah, there's an American Airlines jet that's down the Hudson River, but I think that's from the movie Sully.
Damn. Somebody's pranking us with the Hudson River pics.
I don't know what's real
it's
anymore.
just the chaos that this storm brought apparently hit New York as well. And it turned it to winter there. So just crazy what we had to experience.
It's the KVJ, dirt of the day. It's the KVJ, dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, imagine you're in your house with your family and you're chilling, because we're all just chilling at home with our family, and somebody does a drive-by shooting. This happened to a reality star. I'll tell you who it happened to. Crazy stuff coming up in your dirt. Before we get into that, Post Malone did that live-streamed virtual Nirvana tribute on Friday right there on YouTube and raised over $500,000 for the COVID Solidarity Response Fund. So that's cool.
I watched a Post Malone interview over the weekend from 2015 with that Charlemagne the God.
Yeah.
You ever see his interviews? He kind of goes in on Post Malone, makes him feel really uncomfortable.
Does he really?
Oh, yeah. That's
About
kinda,
what?
Just the questions he's asking. He kind of... Yeah, he's just kind of not that cool with him. That was from 5 years ago.
Wow.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, it was kind of interesting how he had it all set up. Got some audio. Do you want to hear some of it?
I do.
Okay, yeah. This is Post Malone doing Nirvana.
He sounds a lot like him, I think.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Sounds great.
It was pretty good.
He got some backlash, though.
Why?
Did you see? Because he was playing at his place, and in the background they said, Post Malone, you got to clean up your... I guess it was dirty in the background. And Twitter just was so furious.
There's a bar behind him.
I'm like, that's not messy, y'all.
No.
I'll show you messy.
Yeah, it looked like he had a little bit of a party before they fired up the instruments. But
Whatever,
come on.
man. He had some beers in the background.
Yeah.
It's rock and roll.
That's
It
right,
is.
man. man.
Come on. Saturday Night Live over the weekend was the second at-home episode, and you had a surprise appearance. Nobody really saw Brad Pitt showing up. He played Anthony Fauci, Dr. Fauci. That's kind of awesome.
You did a pretty good job on it, I thought.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Anthony Fauci. First, I'd like to thank all the older women in America who have sent me supportive, inspiring, and sometimes graphic emails. Now, there's been a lot of misinformation out there about the virus.
Sounds at least does sort of sound
He
like
did
him.
a pretty good job. Yeah. I don't know who did his, his hair thing either, but it looked pretty good.
Miley Cyrus was the musical guest and did some Pink Floyd for everybody.
Okay.
Is that off the album, the real trippy one?
Which one?
Isn't there a Pink Floyd album? Is that the group where you play the album with?
I think you're talking about Dark Side of the Moon.
Is that Pink Floyd?
It is
Yeah.
Pink Floyd, but it's a different album.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You a Floyd head?
I am.
Okay.
I think that's Shine On You Crazy Diamond album. I don't know.
People really speak like, you won't believe it, man. It blows your mind. It really lines up with the Wizard of Oz.
I don't love Pink Floyd's like trippier stuff.
All right.
I like the stuff like Wish You Were Here. That's
That's a
me.
great song.
That's a great song.
Sounded good.
And finally, here, imagine this. You're in your house chilling with your family during the quarantine, like everybody is, and you're the victim of a drive-by shooting. 10 shots were fired from a car into the home of Willie from Duck Dynasty.
What?
I don't know if you ever watched Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, I know of it.
It's a family empire built on a duck calling little thing. They built those little duck call
Yeah.
things. And they,
Okay, yeah, made a ton of money.
Then they got their own reality show. And I guess there's drama, though, because 38-year-old Daniel King was arrested and booked on charges of aggravated assault with the whole drive-by shooting. Shot 10 bullets into the home of Willie from Duck Dynasty.
Oh, dang. Well, that could have just
Dang.
been a random hunting something or other.
No,
No, this is-
Willie has gone on record and
Yeah.
said he knew who it was, but he doesn't know why. He knows
oh.
who, but he doesn't know why.
Wow, that's sending a message.
And that's what's going on in your turn of the day.
Looking for some KVJ merchandise and swag? Go to kvjshow.com and click KVJ Gear.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you got on your mind today, Jbird?
Ball lightning. Have you guys ever heard of ball lightning? Someone sent me this video, and I'm trying to figure out if it's real or not. And from the research that I'm doing, ball lightning is this rare phenomenon where it is this ball of lightning that it rolls on the ground, and it's longer than a flash of lightning. It goes on for seconds on end, and it can absolutely destroy stuff in its path. And you can get injured from it too. Have you ever heard of ball lightning?
No.
So I'm looking at
insane.
It is
Fun to say.
ball lightning. Yeah, well, all of these things I've never heard of that could kill you that are out there. It's crazy. Ball lightning. Well, we were talking about lightning earlier, but what's fascinating about this is it happens out of the blue, and then it starts to just kind of like bounce around like a ball, destroying stuff in its way.
Wow.
What?
Yes.
It bounces around?
And I'm going to try to show you. The science people who listen to this program, which is I think 2, maybe 3.
Virginia, there's 1,000,001 different ways to die.
Apparently.
It's rare. I don't think many people see it, but some people do catch it on camera, which makes me think, what's going on here? Is this some kind of little
Trickery.
But
Did you get tricked?
Well, when I Google it, I look it up on Wikipedia. Ball lightning is a real thing. This happened. There's even an account from the 1700s where 40 people died from ball lightning.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know if any ball lightning experts out there, please give us a call. Let us know. And how rare is this thing?
It's not just lightning that hits you in the testicles.
No.
It's actually a real thing.
It's the worst way to go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, what's more rare, ball lightning or a sinkhole? sitting in bed and all of a sudden.
I've seen sinkholes. I've never seen ball lightning.
I mean, there's an account from a British newspaper, Virginia. People died. Don't even get me talking about George Rickman. Another story about ball lightning, but I think I'm kind of losing the room.
Rickman?
Yeah, Rick. There's a whole section on Rickman.
What you got on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, I wanted to tell the parents out there something about something I discovered yesterday.
Okay.
Life 360 is great for keeping tabs on your child. And my child has been taking bike rides and going places, and she's been exercising outside, and it gives me a little sense of security because I can just slip on the Life 360 app and I can see where she is on her bike, if she's like in our neighborhood or if she's one neighborhood over. Like she went last night, she went to go drive by this bridge because she loves the way the sunset looks on the water.
Mag's a poet.
Yeah.
Mags is drinking it in.
I love it.
That's very nice. Good for her.
But then, she texts me. She's like, hey, I was wondering if I can go for another lap. And I'm like, no, the sun is going down. That's it. You got to come home. It's time to get ready. And you got virtual school tomorrow. And just because we're quarantined doesn't mean you can be out riding your bike in the dark. That kind of freaks me out. And so she came home, but right as she came home, there's a feature you can do on your Life 360 where you can turn your location off on it. And so she turned her location off right when she got near the house. I was like, that's weird. What's she doing?
What's going on,
She's
Mags?
in the neighborhood, but now her location is off.
Are you thinking maybe there's no beautiful scenery she's looking at, and it might be maybe the scenery is a person?
I don't know. I'm just curious if somebody's trying to break quarantine. Because this is a thing.
You can't play with Mama Virginia. She's got some strict rules about who you can associate with.
Doesn't Magnolia know she's living under Virginia law?
Apparently not. So I just want to warn the other parents out there. Kids can turn their location permission off. And if you haven't, which I haven't, you should have a talk with your kid about that. If you ever want to turn your location off, you need to be at home.
Did you grill her about where she... What?
Well, no, because I didn't notice it until this morning. And I was just...
So she's got a grilling coming.
Oh, yeah. Well, I went and looked in her room at like 4.
Mags, think of your alibi right now.
Yeah, right. I mean, you're slipping, Virginia, because she's gonna get her story by the time this is gonna get to her.
Figure this out, Mags. You got a little bit of time.
Get your story straight now, kid.
Well,
Clock
moving
is ticking.
forward, there is no location permission turned off ever. If that ever happens again, there's going to be a big problem.
I'd like an update on this. I'd like to hear her excuse.
I just want to know what happened. I have a feeling she's going to say, "Oh, I don't know, my phone,
the internet,
hail, tornado,
haywire,
yeah.
It'll be something."
Weird
Lost
weather.
connection.
Yeah. What I got on my mind here today, got a not great diagnosis this last week from the Nozzle Nolan guy. We have termites.
What?
Yes.
Oh,
Terrible time to have
no.
termites because it's not where they just come in and they spray the house. They have to tent the house and you have to be gone for 3 days.
Oh,
Which in the midst of a
no.
quarantine with all the hotels shut down for the most part is kind of a challenge.
Was your place showing symptoms? That's why you called?
We started to see like little wings kind of laying around, and then just the last couple of days, it's insane. They're all over the place.
Really?
Yeah, you can see them.
Are they in the attic or are they in the main part of the house?
Main part of the house.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I flip on the light now, and you can hear them ding, 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 hitting into the light. And then, we found probably about 4 on the dining room table when we sat down yesterday. And I went to my workspace, which is a wooden desk, and they're just loving that. There was about maybe 5.
Wooden desk, a.k.a. lunch.
Oh, yeah. So they are just loving it. But this is part of the issue is, otherwise we just take this weekend and we go stay at a hotel somewhere. But, a lot of places are closed. So
Can you go stay with Caitlin at her apartment, your daughter?
there's just not enough room because we got to pack up a crew.
Or you're
yeah.
always welcome to stay at the Birds Motel.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I got plenty of room for you.
Well, we got a couple dogs too. It's just, it might be a lot.
I hear you. But if just you need a place, I got
Okay, yeah.
that.
Okay, just me. I'll send the family somewhere else.
Well, the family can come too. I just don't think the family will come over. But I have
Yeah.
plenty of room to house you and your family.
Okay, all right.
I'll even sleep out in my courtyard in a tent.
No, we wouldn't do that to you. I mean, look at the winds out there. You might get hit by ball lightning.
Kevin, lightning just hit me in the balls.
That's what would happen, yeah. If I went out there and your nards were smoldering, I'd feel so guilty.
You're right.
Yeah, it just wouldn't be good. So I was like, gosh, man, just now they say that, they're not going to eat the house in a week. But still, it's just kind of annoying because, they are very visible, and now you're sharing the house with termites.
What's worst case scenario with termites? Is that they continue to eat the wood?
Over time, I mean, they can cause structural damage and things like that if gone unchecked.
They're not like roaches, though. They're not going to crawl around y'all. They're more scared of humans.
Well, no, I mean, they're out. I don't think they seem like they're unaware of us. They're
They
just
don't
kind of
sweat
living
you?
their best life.
Okay. They're like, oh, this wood's
You
great.
don't have to be nervous unless you're Pinocchio.
Yes. Right, yes. If you're made of wood or you got a wooden leg, yes.
If you have a peg leg,
Yeah.
seriously, get with the times. They make them in
The
titanium.
pirate we had in the guest bedroom, he checked out. He left.
Oh, thank goodness.
so that's the tough part of it. But anyway, so that's definitely what I got on my mind. All right, coming up here, we are going to talk a little bit about Virginia law. Jbird's got some more questions about where he can go and who he can associate with and move around with.
Nowhere. No one.
I sent
Yeah.
Kevin a list of stuff. I mean, does this stop me under Virginia law?
I think he wants to do a bare naked ladies concert with Post Malone. Can he hang out with Post Malone to do that? I don't know. So we'll run by some of Jbird's questions for Virginia to seek approval coming up.
If you love KVJ on the radio, you'll love them even more on Instagram. Follow at KVJ Show. 97.9 WRMF.
Well, Virginia law is kind of like martial law, except it's more strict.
Yes.
You know what martial law is basically the government takes over and they just go around and start hitting people in the kneecaps.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We're almost there,
Right.
Kevin.
And
We've got the Billy Club. We're just waiting.
Your daughter Magnolia may not respect Virginia law, but Bird does.
yes, Jbird's all concerned about congregating with anybody or doing anything.
It was that first week with Virginia. I mean, aside from her, you were like choking me. You basically were like, you are not going to see anybody. Don't see anything. Don't go anywhere. I'm like, all right.
Okay. You win. I'm terrified.
I might have came on a little strong.
You were strong the first 10 days.
But look, it got the message across.
It did.
Mm-hmm. So Bird has some questions. Now, I know you talked previously about your back, and Virginia gave you the green light to go to the back doctor and get that looked at, because I know you've had some back issues.
I have. I really do got to see a back.
The back doctor, though, not the Robert Kraft massage salon.
Well, I would never go to that place anyway. I'm way too paranoid. I couldn't even enjoy myself. Every little sound I'd hear, I'd go, oh my gosh, it's the cops. I could never do it.
I'm sure they gave legit massages there, too. All of them didn't have a happy ending, but I think those kind of places is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like a back doctor.
Well, you don't have to worry about it because I would go to, yes, a back specialist. But we're cool with that one under Virginia law.
Yes, if you're having back issues, I don't want you to be incapacitated.
Okay.
And that's what happens with your back. Like, it starts to send you warning signals like, hey, we're not doing so great.
Okay.
And it does that for a few days, and then it gives out.
Okay, Governor Sinicki says we're cool with
You
that.
got to pass on that.
All right. I need someone to come in and fix my air conditioning at my place. And the last 2 times this has happened, they need somebody there just in case there's any questions, and I have to show them stuff and let them in and do all that. Am I allowed to have somebody come in and fix my air condition?
Ugh, I was supposed to have somebody come and do mine a couple weeks ago, and I canceled it.
So no, but have hot air blow on me and Chewy. All right, check. Got that done.
Well, Suits was just telling me a second ago that he had a pipe burst.
Oh.
And so when you have these kind of things go on, you may not necessarily have a choice because,
And with the air-conditioned person, I could maybe make it to where we don't see each other, but he is or she is going to have to come in there and touch stuff and be all up on my business. What are they got Corona nose?
Yeah, they have to wear a mask.
All right, so I can't see them. They have to wear a mask.
You shouldn't be there.
Well, the one thing I would think with a lot of the service stuff now, it seems like we've been dealing with this for long enough now that a lot of places that are essential business hopefully have all the great and proper safeguards up when they come in to do things about wearing masks and...
I just want to see where Virginia's level is set. Oh, I'm definitely having someone come in and fix my air. I just want to see how insane Virginia law is.
Okay, all right. See where the mark is.
I need my air conditioned. Sorry.
Oh, I hear you.
You are a man of cool air.
I got to take Chewy to the vet. I got to go in, and they're going to have to go in there and talk to him, and I'm going to have to go talk to him and see him and all that jazz.
Oh.
What are people doing with all that?
I think
With
people are
the
still
vet?
taking their dogs to the vet.
Yeah.
Can you not drop him off curbside?
Hell no. Will you drop your kid off curbside?
Yes.
Well, we're still a little different.
Yeah.
No, I got to go in there. I got to walk him. He's special needs, dude. I got to really maneuver him in there.
I see a lot of people, it seems like they're still kind of just going through life just with their face masks on and doing whatever. I was looking at some footage today where they had the sweet corn fiesta that they normally had the grouping, but people were able to drive up. But the people who were putting the corn in people's cars, so the sweet corn fiesta drive up, there's a tent of about maybe 10 people that are kind of like working around each other and congregating and grabbing corn and throwing it in the back of people's cars. Everybody had masks on, but it seemed otherwise like business as usual.
Kevin, me and Denny's had to go to the grocery store over the weekend, and people are not. A lot of people don't care about social distancing. I know they keep on saying practice it, but I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Are you going to the store at all?
No.
At all?
No. Only store I've been going to is Restaurant Depot because it's way easier to navigate than the grocery.
Still a store, though.
But
it's weird how everyone's got the
Interesting, yes.
There's no people there like there is at Publix.
under Virginia law. Restaurant Depot's okay, but
Yes.
Publix or Walmart,
No.
you're shamed.
Yes.
It's interesting.
You can be in a whole entire aisle and there's nobody in the whole aisle but you. I don't find that when I'm in the other stores.
Okay. What other questions you have about Virginia law, Jbird?
My niece, she needs my truck. I have to help her move something out of her patio. She's got a big statue that's in violation of her HOA. I'm the only one she knows that's got a truck, and I have to go help her move it. Under Virginia law, am I allowed to do that, or should my niece just get charged with fees?
You can do it, but you don't need her to help you.
Yeah, I do.
No, you're going to have to do it on your own.
With your bad back.
With your bad back. Have fun.
Or poor sweet Denny's is now involved in this horrible.
Denny's can help you.
Yeah. Hey, Denny's, guess what? We get to move a statue today.
The biceps between the two of them should really get it done. I don't think you should be around anybody different, and you haven't been around your niece.
Somebody texted about the air conditioner. They said I had to get mine fixed, and the air tech repairman texted me when he got there. I left the door open. I sat in the living room. He asked me questions from the utility room. Went outside, fixed it, came back, waved through the door. He had a mask and gloves on when he got there, and I had my own mask on.
I love it.
And then after, when he leaves, you spray everything with Lysol, and
Yeah.
I think you're as safe as you can be.
As safe as you can, yeah. As
That's
safe
it.
as you can be based on the situation.
And if I got two people that promise me they have not been exposed to anybody, they've been quarantined, Twigs and Klepto from the Snack Pack, we want to do a little show for the people from my living room. Under Virginia law, is that going to be blocked?
Yes. That is stupid.
Post Malone did it. He seems like he's COVID free.
He got backlash, Kev, because it was messy.
Yeah.
All right, I just want to see where the line's at.
Zach in the chat room said that they don't let you come into the vet right now. The vet comes outside.
So it is curbside.
Yeah. So
That's the smart way to do it.
Every vet place is like that, Zach.
Well, he don't know.
Zach,
Probably-
if
the
you
ones
check
that are
every vet
good-
place
the ones that
before
are
you
good.
text.
Zach, do me a favor. If you could, call every
Every
animal
one.
place in Palm Beach County.
I've got a list of 500.
Let me know what you get.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to throw out? 877-979-WRMF. See if it passes the Virginia
Virginia
law
law
guidelines.
Yeah, we're living in dangerous times, Kevin.
Yeah. Gotta say happy birthday to Lizzo. She's turning 32 today. Also, Patrick Stump, the lead singer of Fall Out Boy, is 36. We put on an 80s playlist over the weekend because, you know, when you've got everywhere from my father-in-law to my daughter, so you got age ranges 22 to 72. You're trying to find something, so we put on an 80s playlist. And Sheena Easton came up. I forgot that song called You Got the Look with Prince that she did back in the day. She's having a birthday. She's 61 today. That was a good little tune. Go back to some Sheena Easton from the 80s. And also Ace Frehley, the former lead guitarist of Kiss, is 69 today. So happy birthday to Space Ace. Also, you got some birthdays going on here, like Christopher just turned 8. He lives in Massachusetts, and he's missing all his friends and family.
Aww.
That's from Double B and Isabella. Also, we got a happy 3rd birthday shout-out to Liam and Wyatt. From Aunt Becky, Uncle Doug, and your cousins Brady and Julia. Got a happy 11th birthday to my beautiful daughter, Camilla Leanna. That's from Mommy Sissy, Hercules, and Daddy Bear. So a couple birthdays here today. You got a birthday you want to get on the KVJ show. You can let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com, mail at kvjshow.com, and we'll be sure to give you the shout out. Well, if your kid's kind of going stir crazy, you know, there's something really easy that you could do that might actually make them excited to do chores. Saw this little concept. It's called the Busy Kid Chore app. Don't know if you have it or if you've heard about it, but if you got a kid and you got things that need to be done around the house, maybe try it out. The kids actually might be excited to do it. For the first time that I know, it was kind of exciting because my son Cannon was helping the neighbor do some sod laying and stuff like that out there, grinding. The neighbor paid him. He's like, well, this is kind of awesome. And then the light kind of went off. I'm like, what a cool concept. Now, I don't know. Some people are like going, you know what? You're going to do chores, son. You're going to like it. That's just the way it is around here.
That's how I grew up.
Yeah. Some people are like, yeah, I'm not paying the kids to do anything anyway. But some people have allowance be contingent on the kids doing some chores.
The worst chore in the Pennington household was being on speckle duty. Our vacuum broke and we couldn't afford it to get a new one for like a couple months. So we had to go around and pick up the speckles with our hands. And we were basically like the vacuums. And whoever got speckle duty was always so bummed out.
That's tough.
It was tough, man.
Yeah, that's tough. So if you got a kid and you want them to do some chores, try the Busy Kid app. It's a chore app where kids can earn, save, share, spend, and invest real allowance. You set the chores, the kids complete them, and allowance is direct deposited each Friday into their account. Now, each week, a percentage of weekly allowance is then saved automatically so they don't blow the entire thing. Kids can then learn the importance of giving back by donating a percentage of their allowance to a charity that they choose. Busy Kid 2 is the only app where kids can turn allowance into real stock, so they can actually start investing in stock.
That's cool.
So there's a lot of cool things that you can teach your kids by having them do good work, earning money for it, and then allocating it the right ways.
Did you have an allowance as a kid?
No, not that I remember.
Just do your chores, kid.
I had to go
up.
get a job, yeah. I had a paper route in 3rd grade, and I never stopped working.
Yeah, I started working at age 12 as an umpire.
Yeah.
And that was, as a 12-year-old kid making that kind of money, you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was kind of my thing. So I still had chores, but yeah, there wasn't any kind of money reimbursement for that. It was just do it, kid.
Every night, my job was do the dishes. I had to do the dishes every single night. That was my job.
And you never get broken off a little something from Big Linda?
Never. There was no extra to break off. So when there's nothing, you can't get nothing. I started babysitting, and that's how I started getting money.
Okay. So everybody's got their own little way.
Well, babysitting hustle. Okay.
Yeah. Back in my day, we had to have a side hustle.
Yes.
Had to do something. So Busy Kid is the app. You can also go to the website. It's busykid.com to check it out. We, on Friday, did our KVJ cocktail hour. A lot of fun. Thanks to everybody who joined us. Friday at 5 o'clock. We do it every single week. If you're going to be having some cocktails, just jump onto Facebook. Hop in the chat room, and you can join us. We did some trivia. We played a scavenger hunt.
At one point, I forgot we were even doing a live thing. I thought we were just hanging out at a bar.
Yeah, it's kind of the feel of it. So it's a lot of fun. We try to bring a new wrinkle in every single week, so we're still kind of like learning our ways around it.
I called my dad on speakerphone, and we figured out why we couldn't get him and why he couldn't hear us, because I had my headphones in. Take out the jack, you dumbass. Talking to myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're learning something new every single week.
I know. My dad, he goes, he called me the next day. He goes, what question did you want to ask me, you and Kevin? I don't remember, Dad. I was drinking. He's like, I'm worried about you, son.
Yeah. Should be. There's a lot of things to be worried about.
It's warranted.
So I was thinking about maybe something that we could do this upcoming week. And one of the ideas I've been kicking around is doing a KVJ talent show where somebody's got some random talents and maybe there's something that if you had a talent you've been brushing up on. I know even the Mexican Queen, she's been working on juggling. I was actually mildly impressed.
Does she want to have a juggle off with the bird?
We might have that because I know you've been working on juggling. I once upon a time, years ago, I committed to doing it. It's probably now about 12 years ago. And I got to, I think, where I could do maybe 3 cycles of juggling, and it wasn't anything that was great. I assume now it'd be like starting over.
Gosh, I'd love to do a juggling act with you and the Queen.
Maybe that might be it.
Matching outfits.
But what I'd like to see is I want to challenge everybody for the KVJ show this coming Friday at 5 to have a talent that you can show off. And I don't right now because I was going through the list. I'm like going, wow, I just realized I'm talentless.
Oh.
Completely talentless, Virginia. There's nothing that I have that if you said, hey, show me a talent. Yeah, I'm like, I don't have a talent.
That's not true.
Then what is it?
Oh my gosh, you're a great.
Oh my gosh. I'm stalling. I'm
No,
stalling.
yeah,
I'm stalling.
no, you're a great orator.
But what are you going to do, like, to show off? You know how you do, like, somebody's got a card trick, or somebody can juggle, or somebody could, I don't know, play the national anthem with armpit farts.
You do
What's
good,
your gimmick?
You do good.
Yes.
You do funny voices.
No, he doesn't.
He does good.
Not really.
Misconnections. The chat room, at least
Yeah,
4
some people do, like, actual impressions. I just do odd voices.
Of randoms.
Yeah, that don't be like, okay.
Well, I'm going to try to build you up. She's definitely trying to knock you down.
I hear
I'm
ya.
just giving you the truth.
Right. Well, I sat there, I realized, I'm like, wow, I really need to have something just kind of as if you're trying to break the ice, or you need like a gimmicky
trick.
parlor trick.
Yeah.
I don't have it. I've had buddies that could take a cocktail napkin and they can make it into a flower. It was amazing just to watch something like that. Everybody seems like they could play hand fart, you know, something.
That would get you to second base back in the 90s.
It would.
That rose out
Yes,
of a
it would.
napkin, yeah.
I saw it work for my buddy many times.
It worked.
What about the hand fart? What does that get you?
Not far.
It gets you the girl you would think.
Yeah.
In fact, you can categorize paper rose girl and hand fart girl, and they don't look the same.
Did you get that video I sent you over the weekend of my sister doing the quarantine trick where you're upside down?
That was her?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I did get that.
So I sent it to all of you. It's like a trick. It's like making its way around the internet.
Yeah.
Where you get upside down and then you have to put on a shirt.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
I saw a couple people do it and I was like, okay, that might be fun.
It was. It looked like great fun. I didn't know that was your sister.
Yeah.
Huh.
My sister Maggie.
Yeah.
Okay. See, she's got a trick then.
She does. She's got a trick.
Okay.
So, like, she could do that trick. I don't got nothing.
And that's just it. This is my challenge for Friday. Have something.
You
like
do.
I'm going to challenge myself. We've been doing a lot of card games. I've been kind of like messing around with cards and things like that. I'm like, man, I'm really kind of getting into it. So I'm going to maybe try to, my goal is to learn a card trick by Friday that I can show you guys. I don't know anything about card tricks. I don't have any, but I'm going to try to find a YouTube video and have a card trick ready for Friday at 5.
All right.
Jbird, you could just bring in your juggling. You've already got that.
Guitar,
Okay.
sketching. I'm into sketching people now. I kind of want to look at you and sketch you during the Zoom.
Yeah?
It's going to be, it's going to look so much like you.
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen your artwork before.
Just one of many things I'm thinking. I'm letting some ideas marinate.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm going to challenge everybody, Denny's, Suits, to be able to bring in a talent, and then maybe next week we'll start having people send us videos. In fact, you can start sending them now if you've got one. Do a cool video what your talent is.
It should be something like, we've already done juggling. Guitar doesn't count. It needs to be something brand new, I think, right? To make it a little bit more exciting and fresh.
Whatever you want to do. Mine's going to be brand new because I got nothing.
Yeah, it's a quarantine. Nobody's looking for fresh. We're all
Yeah.
pretty stale.
You cook real good.
I know, but they can't do that as a trick. I'm going to try that upside down thing. I didn't try it. Well, you're upside down and you put on a shirt.
You do.
Okay.
You also do good French accents. You really do. You have an exceptional French accent.
Yeah.
I feel like you could trick French people.
I don't know about that. I do not know.
I honestly believe your French accent is so good, French people would not know that you're not really French.
Okay.
I'd love to put that to the test.
Oh, if only French restaurants were open.
Yeah. All right, so that's what we'll do on Friday, but make your plans to join us on Facebook for our cocktail hour coming up again this week.
Want to feel better about your own messed up life? Check out the people in the whacked out news every weekday morning at 8:45 on the KVJ Show. 97.9 WRMF.
Somebody sent in a text and said, Kevin, you're looking for a cool little parlor trick for your talent show on Friday. Remember the time you put that chicken to sleep? That was kind of impressive.
Oh, you did.
So I did that chicken charmer trick where
you hypnotized a chicken.
you can hypnotize a chicken. And boy, if I could just get a chicken over to my place, I could do it. It's fascinating. It doesn't harm the chicken. What it is I think you took a pencil, if I remember right, and it only took a minute to do. I looked at it, but yeah, chickens, I guess, are a little dense. And so it's kind of easy to
Bird
hypnotize
brain.
them. And you just kind of like wave it in a circular motion above their head, and in like 10 seconds, they'll be like, "Kabrr." Yeah. And it's amazing. They just kind of go vegetative there, and it doesn't harm them. They're just like, their mind's just like, spinning around. So I forgot about that.
It puts them in a little chicken trance.
It does, yeah. I remember a girl, I think her name was Lily Capehart here locally. She got onto national TV because she does the same thing with little lizards.
Yes.
And then she'll hypnotize them and do the thing, kind of like waving her finger above their head. They go, and then she puts them in like weird dresses. And then when they snap out of it, they go, what happened?
Why am I wearing a Michael Jackson outfit?
Yeah.
They wake up with the glove and everything.
She then start dressing them and like, and then she props them up and they're just sitting there in costume. It's kind of a fun little trick. Yeah, I like that. Maybe we need to get Lily on Friday. Somebody suggested that Virginia needs to do the partner wine drinking where one is on the ground sitting and another one is stirring between her legs, and then the one in front has a glass of wine by the base of her teeth and then leans back into the other's mouth. It's on TikTok. I think I've seen it. I could show it to you. Maybe you and Panda could try that.
Is it required? Is it the one that you have to be really flexible?
A little bit of flexibility looks like it might be required. There are a lot of TikTok challenges that involve like climbing up somebody's back and all the way down the other side. My wife's like, let's try this. I'm like,
There's a lot of like level 10 TikToks. You just have to know your limitations.
Well, you got to be fit and hot usually to do it, and young.
Right, exactly. We don't fit any of the criteria, and I don't want to have to go to the emergency room right now to explain that I busted out all my teeth doing a TikTok challenge.
And I've eaten 6 weeks of all my quarantine snacks. I am not fit, and it is not pretty.
Okay, not the time, huh?
Not the time.
Yeah, okay, so we got to find something like that. Thanks for the suggestions, though, and if you have one, you can send them to us. Maybe we'll put something together here with the KVJ Talent Show, mail at kvjshow.com. Start getting those in. Well, we got today's call them outs, and there's a lot of stuff here that we got to address because there's a lot of reasons to call people out, social distancing stuff that people need to figure out. Ultimately we want to help this, but calling them out saying, hey, look, just so you know, this is kind of the way things should go. Hopefully it helps everybody out. I know the elevator etiquette was an issue about you're on the elevator and somebody or some people want to try to get on and you're like, what do you do? Somebody texted in earlier and said, yeah, there should be some kind of elevator etiquette that we all kind of agree on where if someone is already on the elevator, if it stops at a floor and there is somebody waiting to get on, they should ask for permission. If the person already says no, it's already on there, then you should be like, okay, and just let them go and then let them ride alone.
Yeah, some people just want to walk right on. It happens so quick. Even at the grocery store, things happen so quick. Some woman called me a name I can't say on the air.
Really?
Yeah, and Denny's got yelled at, too, for going down the wrong aisle. He went down the wrong aisle at Publix, and there was a big traffic jam, and the arrows were going one way, and someone called him. I believe it was an idiot that called him.
Wow.
Idiot or moron?
Well, wait, you were going against the flow of traffic?
Yeah, but he didn't mean to do it though. That's gonna happen sometimes. And I had this thing where this older woman, was just staring at all of the fajita area, all of the little pitas and all that, and she looked like she was going in, and then she backed up. And then she goes back up to the pita again. So I'm like, what is she doing? So I go to grab the pita because she was taking so long. And she's like, why don't you learn some patience, a-hole? As I was grabbing that, because she kind of backed into me.
Yeah.
People are really angry.
Yeah, they are, and that's where you typically see it a lot at the grocery stores. I went a couple days ago, and it wasn't too bad. Everybody was, pretty decent. I didn't have any, close brushes with anybody.
You have good timing, though.
Okay.
You stay away from people good. You know how to do it.
I know how to distance. I've always been good at
You've
it.
You've done social distancing.
You
Yeah, I have.
understand adulting.
I think it just makes people awkward out there.
Well, let's see. We do have some column outs going on here today. We have got one. This just, without saying, on Saturday afternoon. We got this from Julie. Wanted to call out that she was upset. There was a party going on at my neighbor's house. I initially assumed it had something to do with the woman's nephew. He had some trouble with the law because I saw some cop cars were over there. Apparently what had happened was they had a big graduation party, and they're already violating the social distancing.
A graduation party?
Yes. And somebody at the graduation party fired off a gun.
Oh, Lord.
And the bullet flew through our neighbor's window, through the dining room, out the sliding glass door. She said if she was sitting at her table doing a puzzle or something, it would have hit her. The cops arrested, I think, 4 of the people involved. But still, I mean, come on. Like, just how out of tune and out of touch are you that, one, you're having a massive graduation party, and then 2, you're firing off guns. And obviously not firing them into the air, which, first of all, that's completely dangerous, too. But even just, I mean, you're pointing them sideways and firing them off?
They clearly just don't care.
Wow.
At all.
That is unbelievable. And while we're at it, these are the same people who speed down our street at 50 miles an hour in their cars and four-wheelers.
Yeah, whoever the homeowner is, they need to fine the homeowner. Slap him with like a big, huge fine, and you'll see those parties stop real quick.
But it sounds like they're the kind of people who don't care about anything. They're going to do whatever they want until they get shut down.
And lock them up.
Yep. Yeah, I think people who were jerky before the quarantine are still jerky during the quarantine.
Under Virginia law, lock them up.
Lock them up.
Yep.
You're throwing a party?
Lock them
Go
up.
to jail.
Suit, you got something you need to call out here today?
Yeah, I'm calling out the HOA, man. I just can't believe how inconsiderate these people are during a pandemic. So the other morning when I was leaving the house, the garbage came the day before and the cans were out at the corner. So I brought them up to the garage, but I was heading to work, so I didn't reopen the garage, go back inside. And honestly, I forgot about them. They were in front of the garage with the 2 cars blocking them. 5 days later, they threatened to fine us, no warning, $150 a day if we don't put the garbage cans in the garage instead of leaving out in front. I'm like, this is a pandemic, and I forgot the garbage cans out front in the house, and you're going to send that to the landlord and threaten to fine us because of that?
Get
That's
'em, Suits.
ridiculous.
Get 'em,
Screw the
Yeah.
HOA.
A lot of people got to complaints. People just don't like it. Don't tell me how to live my life.
Oh, yeah.
HOA
not a
complaints.
corner.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. You can't have a garbage can in front of your garage. Okay, putting it in the garage is gross. I'm here to tell you, it smells. Why would I want my garage to smell like garbage? Shouldn't it be outside?
What's the big deal? Who cares if it sits in front of the garage, Who notices that? Who's complaining about that now?
It's
I
not
can't
like
believe
it's
it.
trash spewing about the yard.
I don't know if I've seen Suits this angry ever.
I know. He's fired up. I get it.
I think that's dumb too. Making people put their garbage cans in the garage is stupid because if you have stinky trash like I do, I cook a lot. I've got a lot of innards and all kind of stuff.
Aquatic over here.
All kind of carcasses of crawfish and fish. It's gross. You don't want that in your garage.
Yeah, we got another neighborhood column out. Tara said, shame on you neighbors for those of you who have complained about my gorgeous plants on my fence. How does this impact you? It is beauty and nature, and it's not ruining the fence. Mind your own business. People are dying, and this is how you show up in life. Karma will get you. Love and light.
I mean, what do? You look out the window and go, oh, those gardenias really piss me off. And then you call the HOA?
It sounds like it.
I mean, that's insane.
Insanity.
Well, I think my next door neighbor doesn't like us, but their entire property is so overgrown that the weeds just come over onto ours. I mean, it's like 3 feet tall. So how is it that they're sending this to us about a garbage can, yet the neighbor's got a jungle on their property? It
Yeah.
makes no sense.
That
Yeah.
makes no sense. Selective enforcement. Yep.
A couple other column outs here having to do with social distancing today. The park/playground in our community is closed, but this one jackass goes under the tape with his dog every day. No pets are allowed in the park, so he's breaking 2 rules, and I don't know why this gets me so upset, but it does.
See, I wouldn't get upset about
You got to release your anger and not care. Let him do him, and you do you.
I wonder why they're so mad about that.
Yeah.
Just because you're not allowed to go in
It's
there?
weird. People are very upset in this era about other people's behavior.
I mean, I guess someone could throw it back in my face. Why you get so mad about people not picking up their dog poop? Because that's gross.
Because you have to step in.
Yeah, exactly.
That's different.
Someone else said, my neighbor is a trainer and has been holding boot camp sessions in his garage. On Friday, he had 14 people.
What? What?
Yep, not according to Virginia law.
Oh my gosh, that is breaking so many violations.
Under Virginia law, what does that get you? Is that prison time?
That guy needs to be locked up for 6 months.
Wow.
Another call out. Somebody emailed us, said, my 14-year-old son has been going over to the neighbor's house to play video games. I wasn't happy when I found out, but then he comes to tell me that there were 12 boys over there over the weekend.
12?
I don't know who to call out, but I do know that I am part of the problem. But she's recognizing it, and so, yeah, she's had to break up, and her son is no longer allowed to go to the neighbors anymore. She thought it was just him going over there with one kid, but, yeah, there's like 12. Somebody else said, I want to call out the lady that was wearing blue sweatpants touching all the green peppers inside Publix yesterday. Thanks, dear.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was going to ask. Because you ever do that at the grocery store where you open up the door or you pick something up and you grab it and you're like, oh, wait a minute, this is the wrong thing. I put it back. What am I supposed to do if I don't want it? Wipe it off with my shirt? That's even grosser, right?
Just try to do it quick.
I did it quick, and I did it I thought no one saw me.
And don't grab it unless you're going to buy it.
You know I get excited, though.
I know, you do. You're all paws.
I see the bright lights of them pierogies, and I
pawing all over the pierogies.
Get excited.
And another one to remind people about using some patience. Somebody texted in and said, yeah, I work at a restaurant and we were doing curbside takeout. This woman cursed at me because we forgot her butter and sour cream for her baked potato. I mean, like full-on cursing. So we're struggling. Give us a little patience.
Although I do get the devastation of not getting the butter. I get that.
But you shouldn't curse at anybody right now if you can help it. Now, if they start with you, then you can finish them. But if you're the one instigating cursing, you need to look within.
Just don't call them an MFer just because they forgot your butter.
Yes.
Wait till you drive away.
Do it in your car when they can't hear you.
Yes, there you go.
Don't do it to their face.
We do have some positive column outs here today to acknowledge some people for doing some good stuff. Somebody said, on Friday, my boss called my coworkers and I into his office and gave us all a cash bonus to cover the hours that we are short this paycheck.
Wow.
Nice.
I had to bite my lip not to cry.
That was awesome.
Let the tears flow, girl.
For my column out today, I'd like to call out everybody who showed up organized and put this special birthday parade together on Sunday for my grandson, Elijah, who is turning 6 on the 28th of April. That is really cool. I want to say thanks, too, to the people who notified us about the Park and Pray Saturday night at St. Mary's Hospital. We were able to take all the RMF vehicles, including the new KVJ car out there, to thank the nurses and doctors at St. Mary's Hospital. And also support for the patients that were there. There is a video that is on the KVJ Show Facebook page that you can see that like well over 12,000 people have viewed.
Yeah, Chip from Little Smiles sent me video too. That everybody was honking, like cars, work vans, all kinds of everybody's vehicle just showed up, flashing their lights, honking their horns, and screaming, "We love you!"
Yeah, it was really cool. So if you want to see that video, it's on our Facebook page. Big shout out to Bud's Chicken and Seafood. They distributed 300 free meals for those in need yesterday at their Green Acres location on Lake Worth Road.
That is what Bud's do. They are great with the community.
I love that.
Garden of Life also recently donated its vitamins and supplements to first responders and medical heroes in Palm Beach Gardens. So cool that they did that. And a positive call out to trainer nutrition coach Shannon Weeks. She's been helping a large group keep on track during this time, including tons of free online workouts, morning Facebook Live, fitness walks, and special Zoom workouts. No COVID-15 game for many thanks to her in keeping our fitness and our mind so in tune.
It's KVJ. When and where you want it. Listen to the KVJ Show and the After the Show podcast daily, commercial free. Search your smartphone's podcast app to listen for free. 97.9 WRMF.
Virtual schooling going to be continuing for likely the rest of the school year. Not going to be happening. It'll be interesting to see when we get back to school for next year what exactly is going to be happening around September. Are we going to see kids that are going to be going to school, or are they going to be staying at home? Are they going to be going to school with masks on? Some people in Philadelphia believe that is going to be the reality, at least from there. So who knows what is going to be happening. But I can tell you with the virtual schooling going on, the kids are about to sit down at their computer. Some of them already busy at work right now. And a lot of them are still emailing questions in here for Stump the Bird, 6th graders and below. If you've got a question you think would be challenging for Jbird, you can email it to us, mail@kvjshow.com, and we'll see if he can answer it. If he cannot, he faces the shock collar.
Right, all right. Let's do this thing.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
You got to mentally prepare for that.
I do. I always forget about this bit. I'm like,
Monday.
Okay, 3 submitted questions we got here for you today.
Some of these questions, I'm just like, wait, what?
You did good last time.
I did, but I can handle those. It depends on what Ralston gives me.
He gave you 1st grade.
That good. Give it to me again.
Yeah, they vary, so you don't really know. It depends on what is coming in. Last week, Bird breezed through 3 questions, no problem. Will he crush these as well?
Oh, Denny said it high.
He did, huh?
No.
Bring it high. Put it up high.
I just like to start a Miho on Miho war.
Put it up to 5. Put it up to a 5 spot.
Starting stuff.
Put it at 5.
Okay. All right, here we go. Question number 1 here for Stump the Bird. All right. The submitted question says, how many chambers does the human heart have?
I believe it is actually 4, and the reason why I know that is because I heard that before, and I go, heart, KVJ. This is before Suits is on the show. Kevin, Virginia, Jbird, Denny's, 4 equals heart. Final answer.
Final answer 4. Bam!
Bam!
Come on, kids. You got to bring it.
Bring it, kids.
He's got the last 4 correct.
That was before you, Suits. Don't feel bad.
Okay, next question here. Stump the Bird. On which continent would you find the Nile River?
Only talking about Africa.
Gonna go Africa, and we got a 2nd correct answer here.
Wow.
No shocking for you today, witch. This is where Kevin gives you the hardest question ever.
No, these. I think this is very doable. In fact, I would be stunned if you missed this one. I think we're gonna have another perfect score here.
I hate when he does that.
Does what?
Just pump me up, because there's always a hidden agenda to your speeches.
What would tell you that? Just 15 years of experience?
We're going on 16.
16 years of pain?
Final question here in Stump the Bird. This part of speech typically ends with the letters LY. This part of speech typically ends with the letters LY. Like, prepositions would be pronouns, that kind of stuff.
Noun, person, place, or thing, verb, action, adjective, description, adverb, final answer.
LY, adverb, final answer. Bird has got another perfect score. Kids, you got nothing.
I feel good.
You got nothing on the Bird.
I feel good. Just do not send me a decimal question.
He's clearly advancing to the 7th grade next year.
I don't know. I think those are 2nd grade questions.
Yeah, we didn't get any math.
Okay. All right. Maybe we'll have some math for you next week.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news.
Yeah, good.
So many people on meth. Ow!
Got a lot more COVIDiots in the news here today, including one from right here in Palm Beach County. A 36-year-old construction worker didn't want to work last Thursday, but instead of just calling in sick or claiming they might have the virus, he called in a fake bomb threat Thursday morning to Wellington's water treatment center and got arrested.
Dude.
Yeah.
They traced it, huh?
Yeah, he then told the cops that he made the threats after having a bad day and wanting to get out of work, so...
I don't think the cops accept that as an excuse.
No.
No, you gotta.
And now you're going to get fired, too. So.
Sorry, guys. I called it because I was hangry.
Yeah. Something a little bit better than that. Come on, man. Come on, man. There's a 25-year-old Idaho native who got in a little bit of trouble with the law here in Florida. He took the cops on a 35-mile-per-hour chase on Florida's Sand Key Beach after onlookers saw him cruising through the empty beach. The Clearwater PD had to go over and pursue him. And apparently when they asked him, they said, what are you doing, dude? They said, I'm bored. He now is facing misdemeanor charges of reckless driving, resisting arrest without violence, and for driving with a suspended license, and that is a beach that you cannot drive on top of.
Dude.
Yes, exactly. Dude.
What are you doing?
Yes. Dude, what
We're
are you
all
doing?
bored. But guess what? Now you've made it 10 times worse for yourself.
Just drive on the beach with your mind. Lay back and try to get there mentally. Can I get amen on that? A little visual. No?
Wait, what?
Sorry. Never mind.
This is Jbird's trippy thought of the day. Somebody called the cops apparently when they saw a sign in a window and it said help. You would think that would be a little bit alarming. What the heck is going on there? It looks like somebody's probably been abducted, right?
Yeah, somebody's either being held or barricaded in.
Apparently it was just a 10-year-old needs some help with their math homework. Help! Help!
That's funny.
That's adorable.
Fractions! Help! There's a guy in New Jersey that passed out and crashed into a tree, and they think that it's because he was wearing one of those N95 masks and had it on for several hours and wasn't getting enough oxygen.
Dude.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people driving around with the masks on. Unless you're an Uber driver, you don't have to drive with the mask on.
I will say some of the masks, because I have you got me a bunch of them. Some of them do kind of suffocate you a little bit. Like you're trying to walk around the grocery store, and I was having a tough time breathing a little bit.
And you're so scared to take them off, you don't want to.
Yeah.
But then if you don't, then you're gonna.
Like I had to hide in the grocery store just to kind of take it down for a second, just to catch my breath.
Just to breathe in some Corones real quick.
Yeah, I guess.
Right.
I'm doing it all wrong. I mean, I'm trying to do it right.
Hopefully you stood by the grossest dirty person you could find.
Right after they cough.
Yeah.
Oh, I need some air.
I had a mask on, but there's a real good chance that I just did not do any of it right.
Well, we're learning a lot of new terms with the coronavirus out there, and the Illinois Department of Public Health Director gave us a new one. She's talking about swimming pools, why we need to avoid them, and said it's probably because of fecal shedding.
Oh, boy.
The practice of obviously being in a swimming pool, unfortunately, we do know that there is some fecal shedding of the coronavirus, if I can go ahead and share that. And so, as well as associated with pools, you would have locker rooms with which people would need to change. So you would have more people congregated in the same setting.
It's poo glitter.
Now, let's go back to this here again, because wait, what, fecal shedding?
That's so gross.
What are we talking about here?
It puts the poo in pool.
What is fecal shedding? Oh, my goodness.
The grossest term of 2020.
That is the worst term I've ever heard in my entire life.
And I don't even know if it's the word fecal that makes it gross. I think it's the term shedding.
Shedding. That's awful. Does poo have skin? Like, what is going on here? What is this shedding?
That is rough to listen to.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. There's a small library in England that hired somebody to come in and give it a deep clean so that, when they can finally open up, they'll know and say, hey, look, if coronavirus is in here, it's definitely not now. But there is another problem that is going on. Apparently, the person who is doing the spraying and the disinfecting decided that the books weren't in the right order and decided to rearrange all of them based on size.
What?
Let's put the small books here and the bigger ones we're going to put over here. And so now if you want to find a book, you need to know its size to find it.
That's hilarious. You know what they probably did? They probably took them all off the shelves because they had to spray behind everything. Yeah. And then they probably just put them back up. Yeah. And they're like, oh, let's make them pretty.
Yeah, I feel like they want to go, let's put them in size.
Damn you, Dewey Decimal.
That's going to be a fun little challenge. How to find a book.
Amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. A little positive here, silver lining on the whole coronavirus stuff. The spread of STDs has plummeted.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Because of social distancing, that is a good thing.
So STDs and murder is down.
Yeah.
Yes, Miami, hasn't had a murder since, like 7 weeks, something like that. It's
Better
like
knock on wood.
Yeah, it's been the longest drought since like 1957, something like that.
I wonder if that's pretty much the trend across the country, right?
Yeah, but
For the most part, things are down, yes.
Yes.
You do have a few flare-ups.
Of course.
But the same day I read that headline about Miami, I read about 2 murders in Palm Beach County. So, yes.
Well, that's our backyard.
Yeah. It's our front yard, actually.
You're right.
It's your house.
And there's a dead guy in it.
No big deal. You don't know him.
Well, this is tough to skate down. There's some guy in Long Island that robbed Dunkin' Donuts while wearing rollerblades.
That's
and then
tricky.
His getaway, he just skated off into the night, they say.
And he did it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Good little getaway. That's actually probably smarter than a car or a bike or anything else. I mean, having rollerblades. Yeah, I would think you'd be more mobile. You could take them off easily. You could start going by foot and running different places, but you've got extra speed faster than if you were just trying to run.
Yeah.
So when you hit a straightaway, you could rollerblade. What you need is those wheelies.
Those Heelys, yes.
Does anybody got any rollerblades I can borrow? I'd like to kind of get into that right now.
I don't know if that's the move for you, Pumpkin.
All right, now they call me Pumpkin. I'm definitely going to do it now.
He's definitely going to do it.
You do not need to break a bone right now.
Don't tell me how to live my life. Now I'm ordering 2 pairs.
That's just the way he operates. Don't tell him what he can't do.
Yeah.
He's going to show you that he really can't. Well, they say around this time of year, you need to be aware not of just the coronavirus or the sudden storms that pop up that have 70-mile-an-hour winds and possible tornadoes. Gators, don't forget about that. It's mating season.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I just saw that one movie. Was it on Netflix where the dad gets trapped underneath the house and there's a hurricane coming? They don't know the hurricane's coming. Then these gators start to attack them. They're stuck in the house. It's a newer movie.
Yeah.
On Netflix. I think it was trending.
Yeah, I remember that when it came out. It looked so ridiculous.
It kind of, I don't know. I watch a good bit of it.
You know what I saw? You can buy now that floating gator head. It's remote controlled, and you can sneak up on anybody.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's awesome.
You'd be able to get me in my shower.
Gator, what?
Yeah. It came through the drain.
It came through the drain.
Yeah, so they're starting to see some squirrely gators here.
Be careful.
The Florida officials had to remove a 9-foot gator from a county road in Manatee County. And apparently it was out there kind of eyeballing the ladies and, catcalling. And,
wow.
It's mating season, doing all the inappropriate #MeToo things that you shouldn't be doing.
That ain't cool.
Yeah. So they had to remove it. They've taken it to a gator farm. They can go find all the female gators that he wants.
Hey, gators, #time's up.
Yeah. They said his gator is being aggressive with traffic.
Really?
Yeah, when you start seeing gators fight traffic.
Yes. So
That's a next level gator.
Yeah. It goes into June, if you're wondering, for gator mating season.
I feel sorry for the first girl he hooks up with. He's challenging traffic. He's going to be a beast in the bedroom.
And he's humping trucks.
Mm-hmm. People doing all kinds of virtual learning and schooling. The Zoom stuff is kind of weird, and there's just odd stuff that you're seeing. Somebody texted in a photo. They said, "Who says Big Brother isn't watching?" It's a truck, and it's got a tower coming out of the back of it. It's got some kind of doohickey on it, but honestly, I think all that really is, I don't know if that's a camera or if that might be the internet that they're doing, because I've heard that they have, like mobile units where they can drive into a neighborhood that really doesn't have any Wi-Fi, and they have basically Wi-Fi trucks, and I wonder if that's a Wi-Fi truck.
And then that way the kids can all go on their virtual learning stuff was what it was sold to us as. But is it all just a ruse?
I don't know. And I'm looking at that. I'm wondering if that is kind of like if places where they want to have cameras and they don't yet have them, do they have trucks that have a camera on there? I might have to retweet that out. And they said, guess where that is. I think actually I know where that is. Because they said, guess where that is in town. I think that's on the curve on Palm Beach. It's right. You take that curve and you go and you can see the ocean right there. It's like you're going north on the island.
Yeah.
You go around. There's whatever the Sailfish Club or whatever is right there. I think that's where that is.
They don't need help getting free Wi-Fi.
That wouldn't be a Wi-Fi truck then, but would it be a camera? Are they like shining it down on the beach? Is that Palm Beach looking to see if anybody's breaking the ban they have on people going on the beach? Have they set up trucks like that with cameras? Because you know what? My neighbor, he has 2 young sons, and he said the other day they had gone to a park and gardens, and he said, I know the kids are just, they're just running me ragged. He's like, I know you're, technically not supposed to go here where the park is. And he said, so I went in to let him play on the swings for just a couple minutes because, they took off running in that direction. And bam, in like 5 seconds, a cop was there. And he's like, he was cool, but he's like, hey, he's like, honestly, he's like, I can't have you here on the park. He's like, take a minute, but then you gotta scram. And he said, I didn't see any cameras, but it was amazing how fast the guy was there.
That's the thing about some of these cameras. You don't see them.
Well, that's just it.
You ever gone to the spy shop, Kev? Yeah, a lot of cameras in there, and you don't even know.
I mean, I feel like cameras are everywhere. You can't get away
You
with
should. Everybody should just assume that there is always a camera watching you, so don't be a clown.
all those murder shows I watch where they bust the people through all the camera work they do. I mean, it's a lot harder to get away with that stuff now.
You're right.
Yes, I'm wondering, to patrol where we've had the lockdown orders, are they setting up camera trucks? Yeah, somebody said, I've seen the cameras on the beaches, even Juneau, so maybe they have parked these camera trucks right there to help them monitor beaches where they didn't have cameras set up before.
Well, think about it. I mean, it's a lot easier if you've got a camera there and then somebody's watching it and they can say, oh, you got to go to the beach and shut it down, rather than having a guy stand there all day at the beach.
Yeah.
If you're doing, you give that to the rookie, right? All right, rookie, you're
Yeah,
standing
the
out to
rookie
the beach.
totally has to go stand at the beach.
You're watching the entire day.
But there's still other things, other crimes, other things to investigate that I'm sure the cops have other work to do besides stand at the beach entrance
And arrest
with
a
your
boogie,
thumb.
arrest a boogie boarder.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It just seems like not the best way to waste a poor cop's day, just standing there.
Okay. Interesting. Thank you for sending that to us. 877-979-WRMF. People in the KVJ TV chat room, they're discussing whether or not you should be forced to wear pants if you're doing Zoom meetings and working from home. Somebody had texted in that said, hey, you say that if you don't have pants on, you'll never see it, but maybe if you are a boss and somebody has forgotten and stood up several times and they've either flashed or they've, shown a side of unprofessionalism, that now you've had to make your people, even on Zoom meetings, make sure they wear pants in case that happens. So how do you police it to prevent it from happening? Because it could and likely will happen again. It was somebody's justification for why some bosses are now requiring their employees to wear pants.
All right, stand up, turn around for me.
And do a check.
Bend over.
Yeah.
Bend and snap.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and if you're a creepy boss, I guess that's going to play into your favor. So we'll see. Yeah, somebody said, the person who sent that in, it's that is on Palm Beach that they have that camera. So it looks like they've set up a video camera to help them monitor and patrol the beaches.
Palm Beach, though. Palm
Yeah.
Beach, they ain't playing.
They are never playing, but they're probably especially not playing during the coronavirus.
I mean, I'm not allowed over there without the coronavirus. They have really tight security over there.
You've been pulled over.
Well, no, because of the donkey stunt. The donkey stunt, yeah, that I'm not allowed back. Technically, I'm not allowed back over there.
Do you think your picture hangs up in the office?
I really don't.
I say we need to go test it then. Jbird needs to go take a little stroll on Palm Beach.
I dare you to go to the beach.
Now we are becoming what we are cursing.
Please tase him, bruh.
It's all. If Kevin gives me my marching orders, I listen to Kevin Ralston.
Yeah, somebody said that truck is, it's the Bath and Tennis Club. I don't know all my fancy clubs over there, but it's that curve. Yeah, so they have a truck there that's patrolling the beaches. So now you got to know where all the cameras are if you're going to try to sneak onto the beach.
That might not be the beach to sneak on, guys.
Yeah, no.
Go to a more low-budget beach. That's just the fanciest beach we've got.
They're trying to say it's a Border Patrol truck.
Oh, so if it's like people coming ashore from another country.
I love how we get a text message and all of a sudden, like, oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know why. It could be. Yeah, I know they've shut down the immigration here for a while, so maybe they are concerned about somebody trying to land and they got the coronavirus, bringing it ashore. Yeah, it's just always, you never know what's going on. Every day, I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we're not privy to anything.
Yeah.
Everything is surprising. We're always like, really?
Every time I turn around.
It's all new.
More and more emails from people having relationship issues because they're quarantined together and the fights are starting to turn stupid with a lot of people. So, yeah.
We were just talking about Too Hot to Handle on Netflix. Me and Panda severely disagree about Too Hot to Handle. He's like, it's so stupid. You never would have watched this if it wasn't for the quarantine. I'm like, maybe, but I like it.
It is so stupid, Kev. I got into it yesterday during the storm, before the storm hit, and I'm like, this is so stupid. Episode 5, I get to, I'm like, oh man, that one girl's got such a good heart. Like I started really getting into it, and I'm part of the problem.
Is Chloe your favorite?
She's my favorite.
Oh, Chloe's my favorite. I love her.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, people were, Netflix has really benefited because people have said, would the Tiger King have been what it was? Would this show Too Hot to Handle even be something people would watch if they had normal things to do and go out in life to accomplish?
Well,
it's mindless distraction.
Yeah.
And you don't have to think. You don't have to be scared. Or there's other things on Netflix that are scary that I don't want to watch right now.
They have a coin slot shown on. They show the Heine on that Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you keep in mind, I mean, it is Netflix, and it was a show made for Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, yeah, they know going in, they could show anything they want, basically. So there's no restrictions.
It got me, man. I'm such a sucker for trashy TV. I get some people hate it and they think it's so mindless and stupid. Sometimes I need mindless and stupid.
But there's kind of a good lesson in it,
There
too.
is.
You can call it mindless, and you can call it just oversexed young people in bikinis, but it's also teaching them to look at what's important in a relationship and not just focus on sex. And I think there's a great lesson there.
That's what I knew was getting to me because I was watching it and then I start doing the exercises in my head that they were doing on the show.
Is this where you got soul gazing from?
Yes, I said that.
Wait, so what is soul gazing?
Soul gazing is where you just stare into each other's eyes. You don't break the gaze, and you just let it go. Let everything else in the world go, Kevin.
And you're supposed to really, with the person you're soul gazing with, when it's over, you're supposed to feel this emotional, spiritual connection that wasn't there before.
David started crying.
I mean,
no way.
Yeah,
it was awful.
David was crying.
He started crying?
They soul gaze and he cries and he's like, you're just so beautiful and you're so kind and you just, I couldn't help the emotions.
David's my second favorite. I like Chloe the most, then David.
Well, I thought of you, Kevin, because I'm thinking if Kevin ever had a soul gaze, if someone made him soul gaze, he would be so upset about it.
He would hate it.
And so would his partner because they're like, oh
They
my
have
gosh.
to look in the eyes, yeah. Oh, that'd be terrible.
But it's
that's funny.
It's uncomfortable. It's kind of like when someone sings right to your face
Oh,
and
my
they're staring
gosh.
in your eyes. It gets real intimate.
I should try to suggest this to the Mexican queen.
Soul gazing.
I don't think she would do it.
Yes, Kevin.
But it's not supposed to be funny. If you laugh, you're supposed to really
That'd be it.
lock in.
She would laugh. If she agreed to do it, she would take it as a joke, and there's no way she'd be serious.
How long could you soul gaze with the queen until it broke?
I don't think either one of us could go into it seriously. I don't
You
think
because
we
you're
would.
a robot. Her because she's annoyed with you.
She would just laugh. Yeah, she would be like, "This is so dumb." She wouldn't. Yeah,
It's one of those
If she
workshop
did it-
kind of activities.
If she did it, she would just laugh the entire time. Like, this is so stupid.
But I can see.
There's no way either one of us would be like, seriously, that's so beautiful. I saw your soul. I can't. Wow.
If I dated somebody
There's
and they
no
wanted
way
to
that would
soul gaze,
happen.
I would soul gaze with them, but it would make me cringe internally.
What episode are you on?
I'm like on 6 or 5, something like that.
Okay, wait a few more. The exercises get weirder.
Okay.
Do people actually do this soul gazing? And you're supposed to get a glimpse of their
Well,
soul?
it's a retreat, Kevin. It's a spiritual retreat to teach them about all kinds of stuff, about love and life and about themselves.
Yeah.
So they do these little mini like workshops. Some are for just the guys, some are for just the girls, some are for the girls and guys together, and it's all about personal development.
Do you wanna SG me? Do you want to soul gaze me?
No.
Daddy, you want to SG me?
What if you want to soul gaze and no one wants to do it with you?
Well, then you just,
that's just sad.
So what is the point of it? You stare into somebody's eyes and you're supposed to,
feel their emotion and let them feel yours and make yourself vulnerable.
Be vulnerable, Kevin.
So when you come out of it, what have you accomplished?
I don't know. I never did it.
A deeper connection within you and that partner that you connected with on that spiritual, emotional level.
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to SG?
I really want to try this with my wife, but I don't think it'll go anywhere other than just her laughing. Like, this is so dumb.
Could you and
You got to show her the clip from Too Hot to Handle of David and Rhonda soul gazing and him start crying. And
Do you know what episode and about where?
I'll get you the numbers.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah. I can find you the clip.
I'll show it to her.
We'll find you the clip.
Yeah, I won't make you sift through that whole thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe you should get into Too Hot to Handle.
Well, I think it'd be a fun exercise. I'd just like to see. We should do a video, each of us, and then, what do? You come back with like maybe one thing you understood more about the person.
Y'all gonna make fun of me, but I kind of do it with Chewy sometimes, where I can hold him and we're looking each other's eyes.
That poor dog.
No. He's my soul brother. We're soulmate. That animal is a soulmate.
We're
to
soul
my heart.
dogs.
But I thought he was blind.
It doesn't matter.
Can you soul gaze if you don't have sight?
No.
Okay, first of all, I soul gazed before I knew what soul gazing was when he wasn't blind.
Yeah.
And there is a connection there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I get the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
he's blind. But I soul gaze with him, and there is you can be connected to animals.
I agree with you on that.
Be.
I just don't know if you can be connected to blind animals.
No,
You can't soul gaze with them.
I soul gazed when he wasn't blind. Get out, step off.
Did your soul gazing blind him?
Oh.
Your soul gazing would blind him.
Dang.
I know, bro. I expect this from Mickey, but from you, Ralston, I'm over here.
I'm just curious. I'm trying to understand this.
Ralston for the win.
I'm over here bleeding emotion.
You blinded your dog?
Yeah, Virginia.
All right. I'm just trying to figure this whole thing out. Yeah. This is what the couples are doing today, soul gazing. Okay.
Please get a video of you asking Kim and then you and Kim trying it.
Yeah, I think I know what we'll get. She'll be like, this is stupid, and she'll probably do it, and then she'll laugh, and then that would be about what I get.
What I would really,
I'll try it.
I'd like to see you guys honestly do it seriously. Like, really try to soul
Yeah.
gaze. You and Panda, too, though.
Okay.
I'd love to see. I think Panda would be into it. I think you would be miserable.
Don't tell him it's from Too Hot to Handle.
I won't. Hopefully he's not listening.
Every time he walks by the TV, all he sees is like bouncing boobies, and he's just like, what are you watching?
Oh, yeah, that's terrible. Oh, bouncing boobies. Who wants to see that?
Yeah, right. Talina texted in and said, yeah, scientists have studied staring into someone's eyes for a 10-minute period can actually cause you to hallucinate.
Okay. Let's get
Whoa.
a buzz on.
Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine that?
She left out the part where you take 3 hits of acid before.
Wow. Okay. Interesting stuff. Okay, well, I know a lot of people are talking about that show. So will people start doing soul gazing now?
I think it's exactly what I need at this time in my life. It was just like Tiger King. It filled a void of stupid. This is just filling a void of mindless stupid. I don't have to think about it. I can forget everything else.
You know what's going to fill my void? Seeing y'all soul gazing videos. I want to see them.
Will you send us one of you and Chewy?
I can't imagine why I would want to do that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I will, because I like being a part of things.
Yeah, she said a new Italian study finds that when people look into each other's eyes for a long period of time, they often experience symptoms of disassociation, including feelings of detachment from one's body and from reality and full-on hallucinations. People usually experience 2 to 4 hallucinations in a 10-minute period.
Whoa.
I wouldn't suggest soul gazing for 10 mins.
That might be a little long if you start tripping.
Yeah, I would soul gaze if I was you and the Queen.
Yeah.
Try to get a 3-minute period of just straight up soul gazing.
Okay. I'll see what we can do here. I'll see how long we can last. I don't see her doing 10 minutes straight for anything. I'll be lucky to probably get a minute in.
Well, you and the Queen do it. Me and Panda will do it. You and Chewy do it, Bird.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe Denny's and Suits can do it.
I don't think you're gonna get. I don't think you're gonna get Denny's and Jen to do it, but you will get a Denny's and a Bird.
Okay. I do want to see that.
You will get Denny's and
I want
Bird.
to see that video.
So
I kind of want to get Denny's and Suits too.
we can look. I mean, there's enough time to go through all of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got nothing but time.
Yeah, that's true. Coming up here in a couple of minutes, I want to see if we had any luck with our virtual hookup or hang up. Mia had gotten a hold of us at tail end of last week. And we found 2 dudes that said, yeah, I'd like to maybe do a little virtual hookup or hang up and see if they had a good conversation, if maybe it could lead to something a little bit deeper. Did they do any soul gazing on FaceTime?
You know what happens after some soul gazing?
Yeah.
Some butt grazing.
Okay. All right. Oh, yeah. People finding love or losing love during this whole quarantine. Kind of interesting to see exactly what we got here. A lot of people finding the Too Hot to Handle show on Netflix is well.
Oh, I'm in so deep.
Yeah.
I finished the show, and now I follow them on Instagram just to see what they're up to. You know, they stopped taping that over a year ago. So they've all been kind of just waiting for it to drop for a year.
I wonder if they were like, I don't know, is it going to be any good? And then this time period came up, and they said, we need content.
Yeah.
And then they dropped it because of that. Because there's going to be some stuff that is going to get released and probably released with more marketing behind it. Because the content, you can't create new stuff. And I've heard, I think it was AMC Theater said that they're not really going to reopen until, they're going to have this first wave of movies that they've pushed back. The new Bond movie, the Wonder Woman movie, and there's more and more like that. But after you get through that initial wave, it's a good thought. What are you going to come out with? Because movies, the production shut down. So it's not like you're going to continually have all these extra movies. They've started releasing a few direct to stream, like the Scooby-Doo movie, the Trolls movie, a few of those. But what are they going to put in movie theaters when we go back? They'll have that initial push. But then when that's over, what are you going to watch?
There's going to be a gap because, everything is shut down right now. Television, movies, everything.
It was so nice. I don't think I watched a lick of news. I have no idea what's going on out in the world. I hear Corona's still around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just getting that vibe.
She's still here.
I figured.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. In fact, I'm kind of wondering for myself because I'm a big fan of the show Billions that's on Showtime. And I think they only got 7 episodes done before the quarantine hit. Oh. And so they're still, I believe, launching the new season on May 3rd, which will be coming up. It'll be this Sunday. But then they're only going to have 7 episodes. And then I was wondering, do they just end it like it was the end of 7 episodes, or does it have some kind of like season? Because they always have a pretty good cliffhanger and like, oh, wow, I can't wait to see where next season goes. Do they have that at the end of 7, or is it just, okay, it's just over?
Can they make it a cliffhanger with what they have?
Right. So what is that going to look like? So, yeah, a lot of your favorite shows that have been ongoing series like that, when is the next time you're going to see it? I fell in love, again, with Ozark. People loved watching that. That dropped at the right time for Ozark Season 3, but when are you going to now actually get to see Season 4 of Ozark? It may be 2 years.
Yeah. Everything's shut down. Even my soap opera. No new episodes.
Damn, The Young and the Restless.
They got them. Corona got The Young and the Restless.
Go on YouTube and watch some old episodes. It's not at all depressing.
Well, they started playing those, like old episodes, and I was like, no, I don't want that.
Some of the old stuff is kind of cozy to watch, but after a while, it does start to, like I was telling you, I was watching the 82 World Series, and by the 3rd time I saw it, I'm like, I got to stop watching the 82 World Series. It's kind of depressing.
Got a little old.
All the 80s soap opera makeup was terrible. Terrible.
So are the hairdos.
The hairdos.
Why did every woman have crispy bangs in the 80s?
I don't want to be reminded about how bad we all looked.
So we were trying to see if we could find some love for some people out there because we saw that chat rooms and love apps and all that kind of stuff was going crazy. So we used to do a segment called Hook Up or Hang Up, but we did a little bit of a virtual spin on it where we would hook you up with somebody for a virtual chat. that you could have. And Mia, who you can see right there on KVJ TV, she sent in. She's 41 and lives in South Florida here. And she had never married. She said, I grew up on a farm in Nebraska where I raised corn, soybeans, cattle, and alfalfa. She's got 5 brothers, 2 sisters. She's second to the youngest. She's an outdoor, sporty kind of person. And we wound up getting Miguel, who had sent in a nice little photo of he and his dog there. That always seems to work.
Aw.
Okay.
He said he'd be up for a little virtual hook up or hang up to see just what a chat would be like with Mia. And Mia is on here with us. Give us a little bit of a recap. So you were able to have a virtual little hookup. Did you guys use FaceTime, Zoom, or something else, Mia?
We actually, I tried FaceTiming at first, and then he just called back. So we just talked on the phone.
Okay.
But yeah, it went well. But yeah, he seems like a nice guy.
Okay. What did you guys talk about?
He's into shooting as well, and I'm avid as far as with. Actually, that was one of the last things we talked about. I didn't realize that, but rather avid into firearms as well, just target shooting.
What's your favorite gun, Mia?
Well, I have a Smith & Wesson 9mm, and I do like that.
What are your thoughts on a snub nose 38?
On a what?
Never mind. I was watching a Charles Bronson
What are your
movie.
thoughts on a goofy DJ? So wait, he didn't want to FaceTime you? You FaceTimed him at first, and then he just called you back regular? Are we sure we're not being catfished, y'all? I'm just asking the question.
We were definitely not sure of that. There's a 58% chance that we are.
We've said it had to be FaceTime, and then it wasn't. So what's going on there?
Why?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just sent a message back if we're still on or not. He said, yeah, sure, and then he called back. So
That's suspicious, I'm going to tell you right now. Well, she's ready to FaceTime him, and he's not ready to FaceTime her, and then he calls back on regular phone. Like, this is what a
You're reading into that,
catfisher
yeah.
does.
Someone just said that picture's from an animal shelter website from 1998. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Damn it, we got duped again.
I'm kidding. I'm sure it's real. Virginia, call this guy up and give him the business. He's under Virginia law too.
When you did the at least couple minutes there of the FaceTime, was it the guy from the photo that we saw?
with the no, it I tried FaceTiming and it
She didn't do FaceTime. She called him on FaceTime. He didn't pick up.
So you didn't see him? Oh, at
That's
all.
why Virginia's
That's
mad.
why I'm
Yeah.
mad. That's why I'm suspect.
Oh, okay. I thought that there was at least a minute where he saw you saw each other,
No.
and then he was like, no, call me back.
Can I
Yeah.
propose an idea here? Can we try to
Yeah.
get this guy on the phone to see what the hell is going on?
We need to get him on FaceTime, not on the phone.
Mia, what was your overall vibe as the conversation wrapped up? Do you think you would talk to Miguel again, or was that just a one-time deal?
Oh yeah, no, he seemed very nice. And he even said to next time maybe even FaceTime and maybe even go to one of the shooting ranges as well when everything kind of opens back up. Seemed very nice. I was just a little concerned because I realized his age and
Is he a lot younger? Older?
well, yeah,
Okay.
a lot younger.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Have some fun, girl.
You said he was nice, correct?
Yes, yeah, he seemed very he just seems like very boy next door.
Most catfishers do.
So you're 41. How old is he?
32, I think he said.
All right, it could work.
too
We could-
bad.
We could work, but if he's real,
If he's a real person.
we're gonna get to the bottom of this. I'm making this priority, at least priority 3.
Yeah, figure out why that happened. Interesting. Okay, well, Mia, you let us know if there's any more connection with Miguel and how things might go with that, okay?
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Thanks.
She seems adorable.
I got questions. Were there technical issues here, or why?
Yeah, that's
why
what I
is
was
this man
wondering,
not
yeah.
answering the FaceTime when those were the rules of the game?
Okay.
That's what it was supposed to be, is the virtual, it was like either Zoom or FaceTime or something visual.
This ain't
That's the
And we
first
wound up not
thing
visual, yeah.
the catfisher does.
This ain't 1988. We ain't just doing phone calls. We want to see.
We want to see the goods.
I think we've seen enough, is what I think.
All right, interesting. Okay.
I'm always suspicious.
Well, you should be. I had a buddy who got catfished on Valentine's
I know.
night.
I know the buddy you speak of because you told me his name.
Terrible stuff. All right, well, if you want to give it a shot, the virtual hookup or hang up, you just send us a photo, a little bit about yourself, and we'll try to pair you up on Thursday. See if there's anybody who would be down with the virtual chat with you. But yeah, it should be virtual's the first name in it.
And if you don't do the face-to-face thing, then you're not really on the legit up and up.
If you don't do the face-to-face thing, Virginia's going to yell about it for 7 minutes on the air.
And furthermore...
All right, well, here we go. Are you guys ready to think fast? Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the big challenge that we got for you here on the show. I moved this to a little bit later just to see how you guys would do with this. If you had a little bit of a chance to wake up. Normally on Monday mornings, I hit you pretty early.
Yeah, a little bit of an experiment. I like it.
Yeah.
This is what Ralston does to keep you on your toes.
You can hear Denny's is very excited by the changes.
A lot of difference between me at 6 a.m. and 9 a.m.
I kind of look at Denny's haircut. Denny's kind of got the Roy Orbison 1988 haircut. I'm loving
Looks
it.
great, yeah.
I love it.
So I didn't get a haircut. It's just I've been letting it grow. This is kind of where it's fallen.
I want to say hairdo. Hairdo.
And you've been straightening it too, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I got a new blow dryer, so right when I get out of the shower, it's the best.
Amazing.
Wow. Okay. Get ready to think fast here. Here's what we got to start you off. Something that makes noise that starts with the letter C.
Canary.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take that, Virginia. Very
When you say
nice.
car,
Caw. He's just- Caw. All right, next up here. Think fast. A term of endearment that starts with the letter H.
Honey.
Denny's, what did you say?
I said honey,
Suits is thinking Virginia.
I said honey too.
and you said honey pie.
Are you pointing at Virginia? Suits is giving it to Virginia.
Yeah.
I think she has a slate edge.
Okay. All right. Virginia's quickly up 2.
What's the matter, honey pie? You don't like that?
I'm just making sure Reek is watching.
He's doing his best in there. He's doing his best. Trying to stay up on that. Okay, Virginia. Let's see if she can start to put this thing away here. She's up 2-zip. Think fast. All right. Name anything starting with the letter Z.
Zebra.
Oh, wow.
It's like you were already ready for Z.
It's not over yet, is it?
You have one more. Virginia gets one more. It is over.
Denny's, we got to pounce. Like Jurassic Park, dog.
Jurassic?
Scholastic Park.
That's right. Here we go. Next one. A woman's name starting with the letter P.
Penelope.
He's giving it to Virginia. That is a clean
Oh my
sweep.
gosh.
Reek, it was
Taking
Denny's.
candy from a baby.
I thought a boy got it. I thought Denny's got it.
Wow. I got to go yell at Suits.
All right.
Yeah.
Reek, I'm coming in there.
Yeah. He does not agree. Virginia. Didn't you take it last week, too?
I think I did. Yeah.
Okay.
She don't remember a heartless chick.
No,
Yeah.
I do. I have all the hardware.
You do not have all the hardware.
Wow.
You only have. You don't have No Name Movie Game.
Oh, I have all the hardware for this game.
Uh-huh.
We will meet again, my friend.
Bring it, bitch.
So, Jbird was talking about the vending machine. I had Denny's do a snapshot of what we have in there. How do you feel about the vending machine right now that we have here at work? Do you feel like it is fortified with Jbird's favorites, or is it a little weak right now?
It is a dark time for our vending machine. In fact, I don't think we've seen our guy in 14, 15 days at least.
It looks like it's relatively full, though.
No, it's got several
It has
slots that are vacant.
It has
Virginia, thank
6. It has only 6 that are vacant, and it has filled.
The rest of the stuff, you got to check the expiration dates on. I think that big Texas Bear Claw expired back in March.
Virginia brings up some
He
good
has
points.
24 filled, 6 empty.
Let me just go ahead and say this.
I don't know what the ratios typically are. That seems pretty good during a pandemic.
You've got some, I mean, I want to swear right now, but I can't, some real bull crap items in there. Virginia's not lying. That big Texas cinnamon roll might have been in there
Cinema bun.
Might have been there since Jan.
But he's got a jumbo honey bun right beside it. So if you don't like the big Texas cinnamon roll, you can go with the jumbo honey bun.
Stale AF, both of them. They are stale. And then you look up there, look at the hot sauce chips. Get out of here with that.
Yeah, some of these chips are BS.
Jalapeno kettle?
The jalapeno and the hot sauce can both scratch. The only ones that are the jalapeno cheese ones look disgusting too. Like he's got all gross stuff in there.
No, I mean he's got like your standards. He's got Fritos. He's got the Cheetos Crunchy is in there. I see Ruffles are in there, and I see Snickers, M&Ms, Twix. I mean that's all standard, right?
I can't take you seriously until I talk to Fat Kevin. Am I talking to Fat Kevin?
What else do you want? I mean that seems like that's about everything that you possibly could want
Fat
in your
Kevin.
standard vending machine.
Fat Kevin, do me a favor. Look at
Nutter Butters are in there.
Look at column 3. Column 3 alone and that vending machine is something that should make a fat kid cry like yourself. It's just not good.
Yeah, it's trail mix, your 2 honey buns you mentioned. Yeah, but it's the fruit snacks. It's stuff in there and the Rice Krispie treats, which it's got sugar, but it's lower in fat.
There's 4 different snacks with jalapeno. I mean, how much jalapeno do we need?
Can I get an amen when I say I don't want to live in a world where raisins is one of the options? Can I get an amen on that?
Raisins should be free with purchase.
Thank you.
They should never charge.
Give me 3 items that need to be in there that are missing right now.
Baby Ruth.
Okay.
Whatchamacallit?
Okay.
Can we get a Reese's cup?
And can we get some get some Zaps in there?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want me, I can name you 10 more if you want. How about some Swiss cake rolls?
Okay. All right, so you feel like there's a vending machine neglect, and this is maybe one of the true problems we have in today's world.
I totally get that this is a first world problem. We do need content. I'm really not this mad.
He doesn't have any Doritos in there. That's the number one selling chip, right?
Yeah,
Doritos.
There's no Doritos, Cav. We only have 1 Snicker bar left.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. If you are an essential employee and you're still showing up at work, take a photo of the vending machine that you have near you, and Jbird will give it a letter grade. Letter grade for this vending machine. I'm showing it on Kvj TV. What is the overall letter grade on this vending machine?
I do want to thank the KVJ Nationers that reached out to me over the weekend. A lot of people have my number now, and I kind of do pride myself on being a snack consultant, and I consulted a lot of customers this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, people wanted to know, hey, what's a good pairing with that? Someone had a great question. They said they left out their chicken wings for 12 hours. Could they still eat them? I said, go for it.
That person's in the hospital today, but they enjoyed them as they ate them.
I prefaced it with, I'm not a doctor, so you can't sue me.
Hopefully, when they're in the hospital dealing with the salmonella, they'll also get the corones.
No, I gave them good advice. I did.
What's our letter grade on the vending machine?
Our vending machine?
The one that I'm seeing right now, yeah.
It is a C-.
Wow.
Possibly a D+.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's harsh, but he ain't lying.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for the respect.
All right. Yeah, lots of crazy photos. Jbird yesterday had posted up just from like around his place. You can see this one photo just where there was trees down and everything with the storm that blew through Palm Beach County yesterday.
I think that's Denny's stuff he posted. That's by his place.
Yeah. So that is crazy just to see that. And when I was driving into work today, it looked like you were driving the day after, you know, I'd say at least a Category 1. I've done that before where I drove to work the very next day after a Category 1. And I think they had 70-mile-an-hour winds at some point, which, I mean, is just below like a Category 1, right? That's 75, is that right? Somewhere around 75 starts a Category 1. So
right
it's like
around there,
tropical
yeah.
storm force winds and hail at 70 miles an hour.
I was going outside and I was trying to just figure out what had happened. And this one woman comes out of her house like, I think it was a tornado. I'm like, it's a tornado.
Look at some of this stuff. That's somebody's canopy that was blown over. If you're watching Kvj TV right now on YouTube, you can see some of the photos that people posted up on our Facebook page of the storm damage from yesterday. Yeah, it was pretty insane seeing some of it. Here's where the hail accumulation looked like snow in Riviera Beach. You can
Wow,
see that.
that's a lot of hail.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah. Oh.
Damn it, I wish I would have thought of that. It's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's roofs were torn off of a patio right there, you can see.
Oh.
And yeah, a lot of people were wondering, was it just wind? Were we seeing microbursts, small little tornadoes? You can see this. That was a cinder block prefab house they were constructing there. It was taking the cinder blocks and throwing the cinder blocks off of the base where they had been cemented down.
My.
You see that on Kvj TV right now. That's pretty impressive, right?
It is.
So yeah, that was no joke, and we're just warming up to what they say is going to be a busier than normal hurricane season. That's awesome.
They say that every year.
They do, and every year they're right.
Every year, decimated.
Yeah,
Are they right every year?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, all right.
Every hurricane season's getting worse, isn't it?
I'm backing away from my comments. And I apologize to the weather community.
There's a tree that snapped in half. You can see that, and it landed on a car
That sucks.
yesterday. Yeah, it's. I'm telling you, man.
Imagine now you got to deal with that on top of everything else. Your car is under a giant tree.
Look at the size of those hailstones that somebody had sent us. If you're
Wow.
watching YouTube, that's on Kvj TV. It looks like it came out of their ice maker.
Yeah,
that looks like martini ice.
Could I
It
put that in
does.
my drink, or am I going to get some kind of hail disease with that?
I wouldn't eat it.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Can
Bob.
coronavirus get caught up in a hurricane and blow into your face?
That's a legit question.
Because knowing our luck, they'll be like, yeah, absolutely. We're gonna find out that you're fine as long as you don't have a hurricane, because it will turn into a
Corona cane.
Corona cane. Yeah, that's what you call it.
Let me just throw this scenario out. Okay, you've got your next door neighbor who's coughing, who's got the corona. He coughs in the wind, and then the wind sends his cough over to you. Technically, could you get the corona from the storm?
Corona cane.
Corona cane. You come out with some good quips.
She got a lot of good stuff right now.
I think you can jump the fence and kick his ass.
You got a lot of good quips at the end of the show. Where were these earlier?
She's just warming up. Now she's ready to go.
Just remember who beat you and think fast.
I can't even remember.
So people were sending in a lot of stuff. If you want to go to our Facebook page, you can see exactly what is going on. And somebody's asking, what's happening with the Bahamas during all of this? I know we're caught up in a lot of other things that are going on as we're trying to rebuild the Bahamas from last year's hurricane season and the KVJ 48 that we did.
Yeah, so a lot of our stuff got over there, but we still have about $24,000 to spend on helping them out. But the Bahamas are scared of the coronavirus too.
Yeah, sure.
They're just like us. They're afraid of the coronavirus and watching themselves just like we are. So I don't think anything's going over there right now.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's just
Everything's on
unfortunate.
hold.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, wanted to say thanks so much. We went out on Saturday night with the KVJ vehicles, and it was kind of like a drive-through clapping just to thank all the nurses and the doctors at St. Mary's Hospital.
Flashing lights, honking horns, holding up signs.
Yeah, to encourage everybody there to, hey, stay with it and stay the course. So appreciate everybody that stopped there. If you want to see that video, it's on our Facebook page.
Nice.
So that was really cool. There was a guy in London that live streamed himself clapping for healthcare workers for 24 straight hours. He raised about 10 grand for charity in the process, too.
Wow, good for him.
Yeah, that was some really cool stuff. Like this, it was sent in. This email from Stephanie said, I love helping out people in my community as opposed to just donating money. So this weekend, I posted on my Ring app that if there was a family in need in my community, I would love to help. Somebody did message me back. So my family and I, we went and we dropped off groceries and toilet paper to his front porch. My kids made signs for them also, and they were so grateful. My boyfriend and I love to help out the less fortunate when we can. As lucky as we are to still be doing that, as one of us is still working full time. And there is a photo, a nice lesson for the kids as well.
Aww.
On KVJ TV, you can check that out. I got this really nice email from Twitter, Sarah. She sent this in. She said, I just wanted to share this little feel-good story. I was able to be a part of this past weekend. One of my closest friends, Courtney, and her fiance, Barrett, were supposed to get married this past Saturday, but due to the pandemic, obviously things needed to be postponed. Courtney and Barrett have poured their hearts into planning their dream day over the past 2 years. Well, on Saturday, which would have been their wedding day, I planned a little photo shoot with them, which would be taking place at their venue, just me, them, and a bottle of champagne. Also, don't worry, V, we would be socially distancing.
Good.
I can photograph from 6 feet away. I convinced them to let me meet them at their house for a quick portrait in front of their home. Little did they know, they were about to get the surprise of their lifetime. As we stepped out into the rain for a few quick shots, the deafening sound of car horns and familiar voices came barreling down the street. All of our closest friends, family, and guests who were to attend their wedding surprised them in an incredible drive-by wedding parade. As bittersweet as it was to not be able to watch them walk down the aisle, it was a moment none of us will ever forget. And you can see them there walking outside, seeing the surprise, the tears in Courtney's eyes there. Or their fiance, Barrett.
Beautiful.
Yeah, if you're watching on Kvj TV and you can see the cars driving by, the horns and the waving, some great shots that Sarah took there.
Love
Really
it.
kind of cool, yeah, that they were able to do. I hope you enjoyed this great story. I miss you guys. We miss you too. Miss everybody. Very soon we'll all be back together doing some cocktails and karaoke. That's just the way that it's going to go. All right, we got the After the Show podcast going to be kicking off live, Facebook and YouTube. You can see it there or anytime on demand on either platform and listen to it on your podcast apps. Just about maybe 10 minutes away from that. Before we get to it, Jbird, if you would wrap us up with your thought for the day.
We've talked a lot about weather today, Virginia. Let me put it all in perspective with this one. Not all storms come to disrupt your life. Some come to clear the path.
Oh, yes.
Did you miss a segment from the KVJ Show? Find it on kvjshow.com or soundcloud.com/kvjshow.